In 1930, a remote Inuit village on the edge of a frozen lake in northern Canada suddenly vanished. No warning, no distress signal, no survivors. And to this day, no one has ever been able to explain what happened. The place was called Angikuni Lake, a quiet, isolated settlement, home to a small group of Inuit families who had lived there for generations. They hunted, they fished, they survived in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Then, one night, they were gone. The story begins with a fur trapper named Joe LaBelle. He was traveling through the region, following a familiar route he had taken many times before. He knew the village well. It was a reliable stop, a place where he could find shelter, food, and friendly faces. But when he arrived, something felt wrong. The village was completely silent. No people, no dogs barking, no smoke rising from the huts. Just stillness. At first, LaBelle assumed everyone was out hunting. But as he walked deeper into the settlement, the silence became unsettling. Inside the huts, everything was left behind. Food was still sitting out. Clothing and tools were untouched. Rifles leaned against walls. It was as if everyone had simply stood up and walked away. But that didn't make sense. Not here. Not in this environment. You don't leave your supplies behind in the Arctic. Doing so would mean certain death. Then LaBelle made an even more disturbing discovery. The village's sled dogs were all dead, still tied to their posts, frozen solid. They had starved to death, which meant something chilling. Whatever caused the villagers to leave happened suddenly, and they never came back. Panicked, LaBelle reported the incident to authorities. Soon, a full investigation was launched. Search parties combed the area. What they found only deepened the mystery. There were no tracks, no signs of struggle, no evidence of a fight, no indication of where the villagers had gone. And then came the most bizarre detail of all: the graves. Investigators reported that several graves in the village burial ground had been dug up, but not by animals. Ground had been carefully opened, and the bodies were missing. Who would do that? And why? Some investigators claimed they saw strange lights in the sky around the time of the disappearance. Bright, moving objects hovering silently over the frozen landscape. Others believed something far more grounded, but just as disturbing: that the villagers may have fled from an unknown threat, a disease, a hostile group, or something we still don't understand. But none of those theories explain everything. Why leave behind food? Why abandon weapons? Why let the dogs starve? And most importantly, where did they go? As the years passed, the story of Angikuni Lake spread. Some dismissed it as exaggeration. Others believed it was one of the most chilling unsolved disappearances in history. But here's where things get even stranger. Many official records of the investigation are missing. Some historians claim there is no solid evidence the event ever happened at all, that the entire story may have been fabricated or misreported. Yet the legend persists, passed down through articles, books, and eyewitness accounts. So what really happened at Angikuni Lake? Was it a mass evacuation triggered by something we've never identified? A tragic event lost to time? Or something far more unsettling? A disappearance so complete, it erased not just the people, but the truth itself. Because in a place as unforgiving as the Arctic, people don't just vanish. And if they do, there should always be a trace. But at Angikuni Lake, there's nothing. No bodies, no tracks, no answers, just silence. And a mystery that has remained unsolved for nearly a century. If you enjoy strange unsolved mysteries, check out the next video on your screen.